guys, we've just had an incident in the backyard. We have 40-mile-an-hour winds, and my greenhouse just flew across the backyard, got ripped out of the ground from all the way up there and just crashed into our house. That is our house. So I've got to try to do something with it before it blows away completely. That's where it was before. That's the site it was on, all the way at the top of that hill. All my shelves blew over too, and all the tables. So I've got to get these things secured. This is some windstorm we're having. Okay guys, here's another view of the disaster. I think what happened was that the fabric over the greenhouse pretty much acted like a sail and picked the whole thing up and brought it all the way from back here. And luckily it stayed on our property, but it blew all the way over there. And my husband was sitting in the family room, which is right behind it, and he saw the whole greenhouse coming at him. So now I'm thinking maybe it just wasn't 40-mile-an-hour winds. It was probably a lot more. So this is really a shame, but the good part is I think that the frame is still intact. I've almost completely removed the fabric covering. It's like a thick plastic covering, and hopefully everything's going to be fine for setting it up again in the spring. But we've had so much rain here in Maryland that the stakes just obviously didn't hold, and the wind was too strong. So this is really a shame. It's causing a lot of work, but I think all is going to be well, and I'm hoping once I move it, the house is not going to be damaged. Why? Look,
I was moving from the couch to the chair, and the round part, the roof, it picked up and it was flying lengthwise toward the house. And I had to hit the deck because I thought it was going to come through the windows.
And then what happened with the picture?
I'll never be the same. Never. I won't ever.
Okay, I've managed to get it toward the side of our yard. I've taken off the plastic covering, and it looks so big, you know, now that I've actually had to drag it somewhere. It was very big, but all is well. These segments are screwed together, and it looks a little bit bent over here, but I do think it's going to be just fine once I get it set back up in the spring. Obviously, I have to use better weights. They did have 6 heavy stakes in the ground, but as you can see, our ground is just saturated here. The weather here in Maryland, it's just been, I feel like it's been raining for years. And I'm just taking you up the hill here. This is the site where the greenhouse was. Everything toppled over, these big heavy tables. And I carried them up here, so I can tell you they're quite heavy. They all flipped, and my iron shelves flipped. Here's the footprint where the greenhouse was, and it just pretty much smashed everything. There's 2 pots here, I'm hearing some really big things flying around, so I think I'm going to go inside. But I did just also want to show you that even though the yoga frogs were in the site of the accident and they've toppled over, they don't seem to be broken. So for anybody that was worried about the yoga frogs, all is well. But there you go. This was an awful long way for this to fly all the way across there. And like I said, my husband was sitting in the family room early this morning when it happened, and he just saw this gigantic greenhouse flying towards the room he was in. So luckily he's okay, and the house looks okay, and miraculously the greenhouse is going to be okay once I set it back up again. But thanks so much for tuning in. And I hope that if any of you live in the area, you didn't have any damage either. Bye.